Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Apoc here today, bringing some All or Nothing on MW3 once again. The reason why I've been playing All or Nothing a lot lately in Zombies is because I only have 1 hour today to be playing because I'm very extremely busy with the editing I'm doing right now. Because I do music editing, GFX editing, and all types of crazy crap. My GFX editing system is really crappy on me lately, so I've been trying to figure out what's been going on with that. So I've been just giving you small gameplays like this. Today I'm kind of in a more serious mood. I'm probably not going to do the good this game, all because I haven't been playing Mw3. As you can saw, I've been playing Black Ops 2. I don't know how that didn't hit you. This game pisses me off sometimes with the registration. Alright, so I'm on a more serious note today. I have a lot on my mind. As y'all know, I mean, I've spilled it out before. You know, I have a lot usually on my mind as far as like my life goes and stuff like that. I don't know why, it's just I do. What's going on here? And it's because you know, a lot has gone on in my life, and you know, a lot of you can probably like understand like going from one type of lifestyle to another. And it's difficult, you know, because I used to have this whole entire different lifestyle that I used to have, and now I don't have it anymore. You know, just due to reasons, you know, because like my mom passed away, and you know my stepfather's not in the picture anymore. You know, and just it's hard because I used to have a totally different life than what I do now. You know, and just you know I come home every day and I'm just bored of life. You know, I'm bored with something. You know, I don't really like doing anything anymore, and it's crappy. You know, I used to be the most active individual in the world. You know, and ever since my mom died and my stepfather just kind of left the picture, I haven't been really doing anything. You know, I used to go race cars a lot, and I did dirt track racing, and you know, I worked on cars. And, you know, I was always a busybody. You know, I was always doing something productive with my life, something fun, and I was always a social guy in sports. I was doing multiple sports, powerlifting, weightlifting. No, I believe those are the same thing. My bad. And just, you know, I was that type of guy, you know. I was the multi-sport. I played football. I did wrestling. I enjoyed wrestling to my utmost abilities. Kill him, kill him. Come on, you want to shoot, dude? And just, you know, it's difficult because I don't do that stuff anymore, you know. Either I don't have the time to, my dad's not letting me because of my grades, you know, because I had to drop out of high school for a good amount of time because my grades were crappy. And it was just a bad situation for me personally. And just, you know, there's a lot of people that are not in my life anymore. Like my grandmother, my little niece, who's 5 years old, who's not in the picture anymore, you know, because I don't see her anymore. 'Cause my mother's gone, you know, and it's crappy. Oh, cool, we won the game. And, you know, my little niece, she's about to turn 6 now in April. And she was my mom's pride and joy. She was the granddaughter of a lifetime. You know, my mother always wanted a little girl in her life, and my niece was the first thing ever. Closest. The thing is, though, my niece wasn't my brother's biological daughter. With that being said, then he cut her ties with the little girl and the baby mama because they're not together anymore. So I never saw the little girl after my mother died. You know, I'm scared to face her again. You know, like, how can I explain to her, hey, you know, I'm sorry I haven't been in your life for a long time? Because she probably won't even remember me, you know, things like that. And I'm scared to face people as far as my past goes. I'm scared to see my stepfather again, you know. I mean, what will I do if I ever see him again on a personal basis? You know, will I ever forgive him? I mean, I love the guy to death, but what he did to my mother was horrible. You know, my mother was dying, and he went and had multiple affairs on her. And most people will be like, oh, I would fucking punch him in the face and shit. But that guy was my father since I was 2 years old. You know, he taught me right from wrong. He taught me how to treat women. You know, and in the long run, I am the most nicest person when it comes to women, you know. A lot of my girls are friends. I don't know why. It's not like a hustler thing or like I'm doing it to be a player. I just commonly get along with girls better than what I do with guys. It's not like I'm gay or anything or shit like that. Girls are comfortable around me, and I don't know why. You know, I guess it's because once my mother passed away, I just had no woman in my life to love me, and I found more comfort in women in my life, you know? And it's just, I know it's weird, and I know it's kind of just like, well, what are you doing with yourself? And I honestly, I'm not doing anything. I'm not really into anything in my life anymore. And it's crappy because I miss how I used to be. I was in shape and stuff like that. Now I'm not in that great of shape anymore. Honestly, it sucks to get up a fucking flight of stairs anymore. And just things I used to be able to do, I just cannot do anymore. And I miss so much people in my life. Honestly, I don't know if my grandmother's still alive or not to this day. That's like this how out of touch I am with people. Let me get this guy. I miss those people in my life. And this kind of sucks that they're not there anymore. And I can. I mean, I can go see them. It's just the means of getting there. The means of being able to see them again and stuff like that. And, I've been gone for such a long time. How can I look them in the face anymore? I mean, how could you be able to go about that? Especially with all that's happened. You know what I mean? It just, it's just a touchy subject. I mean, how would you all feel about that? How could you look anyone in the eyes and say, hey, I haven't been here for that long? I said I would come back. I told them I would come back. I don't even keep up with them. I'm horrible about keeping up with people. Like Thanksgiving's coming up. The holidays are coming up. And this is going to be really difficult for me. Because these holidays are going to be my first holidays without my mother. Just imagine how that would feel. How hard would that be for somebody? You know what I mean? And Thanksgiving, I would go to New Mexico with my mother. Every single Thanksgiving, I would go to New Mexico with my mother. There's That's all I did all the time. My first Halloween with my mother. She used to love dressing up the kids and go and take pictures of the little kids in their little uniforms and blah blah blah. And now she just can't do that anymore. And I don't see the kids that often anymore. My little nephew and niece. The only time I see him is if I'm with my brother, or I only see my nephew with my brother. I don't see my little niece. And I consider her my niece. Whether my brother's in the picture or not, I consider her my niece. I consider my my biological niece. Whether it's blood or not, I've taken care of that child since she was born, and that's how I've been with her. She calls me Uncle Aaron and stuff like that. And, I haven't seen her in such a long time. It's crazy. And it's just a year ago, I couldn't see myself for what was going on. A year ago, I couldn't say, "Oh, my mother's gonna die," or stuff like that. And I've imagined it. I mean, I've sat there and tried to imagine my mother gone from my life like that, and it's unbearable. I couldn't prepare myself for what it really felt like. I couldn't prepare myself for what it was really going to be like after she was gone. And I don't think anyone could ever prepare themselves for that. And it was horrible. Am I really getting fucking spawn camped hard? Jesus Christ. So, I mean, there's always something on my mind, and that's kind of one of the main things that's always on my mind. There's so much lag. Just, if you all have someone dear to your life that probably won't be sticking around that much longer in your life, stay dear to them. Keep them close to your heart. Because I have a lot of regrets. I always thought my mother was going to live forever. I thought she was going to be able to live to my wedding day, or to the day I have my own kids, that she can have her own beautiful grandkids. Maybe that one granddaughter that was her blood. And she can't be there for those days anymore. That's just how it's going to be. I need to learn how to live my life without that. She ain't going to be there for my prom now. She was always excited for that. Always excited to see her son go to prom. And she just ain't gonna be here for that. I mean, morally she is, I mean, I'm Catholic, I believe that. But the times I could have spent with my mother and I didn't, I regret dearly. Because I thought she was gonna live forever. When they dropped the bomb on me, it hasn't even been a year yet. They dropped a bomb on me a couple months ago, hey, your mother's gonna die in 2 years. I was awestruck, but then I thought to myself, you know what, hey, I'm going to be 18 in 2 years, because I was 17 at the time. I'm going to be 18 in 2 years. I have plenty of time for my mother. I can take these 2 last years and be with my mom, and everything's going to be good. And then she wound up being hospitalized and said that she was going to live 3 to 6 months, you know? And that's when I dropped out of high school permanently, you know? Because I dropped out because I had to move to New Mexico with my mother. And, you know, it was on medical emergency. And I sat there like, okay, I just need to limit my time. I need to be here fully with my mother, you know? And then she died a week later. You know, it's crappy how things like that work in life. And it's things that take you by surprise like that. And that's why you need to savor every single moment with the loved one that you have in your life. I don't care if it's your mother and she pisses you off to no extent. We're all teenagers. We understand that feeling, you know? And it's, I get it. It's hard to deal with a mother who is naggy as hell and stuff like that. But she does care about you. And at least she does try. She loves you. You know, and there's some kids out there who will say, well, my mother hates me and stuff like I get that, but your parents are not always going to be around, unfortunately. You know, so you might as well just suck it up for them. I mean, I understand if their parents are just pieces of shit and doesn't care about you, but there's always that one person in your life that you're going to hold dearly to yourself. You know, either it's a best friend, a grandmother, a aunt, an uncle, or a cousin, you know, someone, an elder brother, for Christ's sake, that's taking custody of you or something. You know, because that person is not always going to be there. And there's always one circumstance that is going to happen to where they're not. You know, thank God for me, I was able to say my goodbyes to my mother. Because there's people out there that, you know, their loved ones got in a car crash and they never got to say goodbye. And they had that argument that they had with them. You know, they said, fuck you, go to hell or something like that. And, you know, that was the last words they ever said because that person either got in a car crash or they got killed or something, you know? Heart attack. And people will have that regret. You know, honestly, I had my regrets with my mother. You know, I was not the greatest child back then. I was a horrible human being. I was selfish. I was only dedicated to myself and my own motivation. You know, I didn't care what was going on because I thought everything was fine. You know, and I'm not blaming my mother for what happened or how I acted because it was all solely my fault. You know, and I wish I could take back those years of me being a hateful person and a hateful individual because I was mad at the world because my little fucking father left and shit like that. My stepdad, you know, but then I was so mean. You know, and I could barely imagine what my mother was going through, you know? She was fucking dying, for Christ's sake, and she has to sit here with fucking doctor bills rising up the ass, and, you know, she has no job because she's been terminated from her job because she's taken so much disability off, you know, and just the shit she had gone through, and then a man leaving her after 14 years and having multiple affairs on, that can tear a person apart. And here I am bitching and being depressed because, you know, I'm having girlfriend issues or because I miss my dad. Even though she has worse than what I could ever have. You know, I wasn't there as well as I should have been. Honestly, no one was. Now I wish I was. Could I have been better? Very much. Could I have taken care of her more better? Honestly, no. I was there for her. I fed her. I bathed her. You know, I was there more than anyone. You know. More than anyone could ever have. I was there for her first surgery. You know, all 6 years, I was there for my mother. In all 6 years, I took care of her and, you know, watched over her. Made sure she was okay. All I can say to you guys is I know life can be shitty, but don't make it shitty for the people around you. Because that's the regret I have. I was miserable and I made everyone else around me miserable. Including my mother. I regret that. If my mother was here today, I would, you know, I'd do anything. Anything just to have my mom back, I would do. You know? I miss her dearly. And it's a feeling I have to go with every single day. It's just, it's crazy how things have worked out. You know? I've gone from being, you know, this kid who does everything, loves sports, and, you know, had it all. I had a mother, I had a father, I had the family. You know, I had a family. That's a lot people don't have. You know, I lived under a house. I had my own bed. You know, everything was going good. And I lost it all. You know, I lost everything. And I took everything for granted. You know, and it got taken away and I didn't know what to do. It's just a lot crazy. So when I tell you guys now, Savor those moments with those loved ones. Keep them in your life. Keep in touch with that one person. Or you don't talk to them for years, or you haven't talked to them for months. Try, because they were there at one point. They probably aren't there now. You know? There's a lot of hardship to grasp in life. I don't blame you for being mad at people. I don't blame you. Everyone has their own situations, but all I can say is just try. If you make the effort, they'll probably will. Like I said, it's a brother, a sister, cousin, uncle, grandmother, no, grandfather. Someone's always out there watching your back, whether you think the world's against you or not. You know what? I always thought the world was against me. And the case was, no one was against me. I was just against myself. Just, I know I've been ranting for a long time. This video is at 15 minutes now. This will be my last game on. I'll get off. I have to go back to editing, but I just wanted to talk to y'all what was on my mind. You know, I reach out to you guys because, you know, this kind of YouTube thing's my personal diary. You know what I mean? And just being able to kind of reach out towards people is different, you know? I mean, everyone can relate or anyone can't, you know? And honestly, I don't want anyone to ever relate to what I'm going through. It's just how life is. If you have a shitty life and you understand me, then I feel for you. I'm here for you. You know? I mean, I'm always open. I'm always willing to help somebody. You know, I'm one of those saps that like helping everybody and in return get nothing because I just enjoy helping people. And, you know, it does bite a guy in the ass. It's not. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I mean, it does kind of screw me over at times. Yeah. But don't make regrets in your life. And that's the moral of all this. Don't make regrets. Try to live as good as you have it. You know, if you have a bed, if you have a family, and that's all that matters. Whether it's the shittiest house in the world or the millionaire that you can have, I don't care. It's just savor it. Don't take shit for granted. Don't complain after a while. If anyone would love to be in your shoes at that moment. That's honestly the truth. There's always someone out there with the worst situation. That's what I think of. You know, there's someone out there with worse things. I shouldn't be complaining. You know, I get it. I miss my mom. You know, does this guy have godmother? There's this freaking knife sticking out of his leg. What the hell? Where's that? Oh shoot, dude! Come on. Ugh. So there's my ranting for today. We're just gonna sit here, relax, and watch the rest of this video. If you don't want to, then that's cool. If you kind of exited out during my ranting session, that's I don't. I do that. I was just telling y'all what was on my mind today. Just, you know, and I wasn't doing good at this game anyways. You know, I just, like I said, I've been playing Black Ops 2 a lot and getting used to controller. I have control freaks and shit like that on my controller. When I play Black Ops 2, I take one off and just keep it on the U stick because that's just how I play for some reason. So it's a lot easier for me, I think. No, shoot! Come on, dude. Oh my god. I mean, those looked on. So thanks for listening, and just I'll talk to y'all later. We'll finish this game and I'll end it. Alright, well, anyways, APOC out.